Alright, so it's time to explain that any card at any number. Most of you got it right because that's no surprise because, well, you're brilliant. In this video, I'm going to explain how you can do that false shuffle I did and 4 different ways you can get to the chosen number. Let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing is that the deck is set up in Cy Stebbins order, okay? So if you're familiar with Cy Stebbins, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, there's plenty of videos on YouTube that goes over the Cy Stebbins setup. So you want the whole deck to be set up in that Cy Stebbins order. After that, you are ready to go. So with Cy Stebbins, the way it's set up by itself, the top 2 cards will always generate the 12th card away. So in this case, we have the 4 of hearts, so the 12th card away from here will be the 4 of hearts. Alright, so it's always the top card for the value and the second card for the suit. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's the 4 of hearts. Alright, it's the same with any card you cut to. Okay, so that's the cool thing about this trick is you can have the person cut anywhere. In this case, we have the Jack of Spades, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Jack of Spades. It works with any 2 cards that are cut to. So obviously with a Cy Stebbins full deck order like this, you can't shuffle the deck. So you have to do a really convincing false shuffle. And so here is how you do that false Rosetta shuffle that I did. Alright, so it's essentially a 0 shuffle. Alright, but if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Okay, so with a 0 shuffle, typically you'd have to do a slip cut. Alright, so with a Rosetta shuffle, let's just take that part out. We don't want to do a slip cut, okay? So instead, you can take the top card of the deck and put it somewhere, about halfway down, maybe a little less than half, maybe like 22, 23 cards down, something like that, okay? So now, what's going to happen is you will say, let's mix the deck up and just spread down to this card. And by the way, some of you guessed it, I'm using a pencil dotted card, okay? So you just take a pencil and pencil in, make a dot on the white corners of the card, just like that. That way when you spread down, you'll know where that card is, okay? So what you're gonna do is spread up to that pencil dot and leave it right there. And that's essentially a self-working slip cut. So once again, that 4 of clubs is our pencil dotted card. You spread down and you just take away all the cards above it, leaving it right there on the top of this other half, okay? So that's the same thing, of course, as doing a slip cut, right? It's the same thing. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to start a Rosetta shuffle, and when you do it, you want to put the packets in a V formation toward yourself, okay, like this. Now, all you're going to do here is spin the packets around like this by applying downward pressure and just turning these packets around, sort of forming little fans here like this, okay? So what you want to do is watch out for whenever there's the second card that's vertical toward here, so it's not like this. Instead, it's the short side is towards yourself, or the second card, you want to have it toward the short side is towards you. If it's the long side like this, it's not going to work as well, I find. So when you're spinning these packets around, just wait for that second card to be, the short side towards yourself, okay? Just like that. Now, what's going to happen is you will put your hands on top of both packets, and your thumb goes on top of that second card here, okay? So when you pretend to mush these in, what's going to happen is you'll see if you just press down on the corner here of this packet, that little corner rises up just a little bit. It sort of pops up, giving you enough space to, when you pretend to smush them in, that second card goes under the packet, okay? So that goes under the packet. Now, in the action of pushing them in, what really happened is you push all these cards below the top card, okay? So you're like this, all these cards go below that top card, and it really looks like a shuffle. Of course, that maintains the order of the whole deck. That top card is back on top, and you're back in your Cy Stebbins order. One more time for you, slow down a little bit. So again, the top card is about, halfway down, maybe a little bit less than half, 21, 23, somewhere around there. All right, so that's pencil dotted. You spread through, break the pack about here where that pencil dot is, and then do your rosettas like this, waiting for a moment to where the second card is the short side toward yourself like this. Now, simply go to push them in, and this hand goes first. It just shoves this second card under there while keeping this card under your hand, the top card there. So that goes under there. Use these fingers to smush this under the top card, and look how good that looks, right? At this point, you can have the spectator, you can push him in like this and square everything up. It looks as it should. It doesn't look fake or anything, at least in my opinion. All right, so now square these up, and once again, boom, you're back into your original order. All right, so after the shuffle, tell them that you're going to generate a random card to find, okay? So the best way to do that, you say, is by cutting the deck anywhere. All right, so invite them to cut the deck anywhere they'd like this, and you can have a bit of fun with it, saying they can change their mind, cut somewhere else if they want to. It's completely up to them. All right, so the top two cards, after they cut, of course, will generate our random card. The top card will be our value. In this case, we have a 5, and this will be our suit. The 5 of hearts is the card that we have to find. All right, so of course, like we know, it'll always be 12 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so it'll always be 12. All right, so here are 4 ways in which you can get to that 12th card. Alright, so the first way I'll show you is by using Chrono Force. Alright, so what Chrono Force is, if you don't already know, it's a brilliant way to force any number on your stopwatch on your phone. It's from Murphy's Magic, and it's just the highest quality. I highly recommend it. In the demo, I forced 23, I believe. Alright, so on the second round, I just hit start again, and it'll always be 23 when a stop is hit. Alright, so how did I get to 23 from 12? So check this out. One of my favorite things to do to move cards around is a straddle pharaoh, and what that is this. So our card is at number 12, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In this case, we'll use the queen of clubs, all right? So check this out. If you cut off less than half the deck, 12, at least 12, right? And straddle pharaoh them anywhere into the larger portion like this, and as long as the weave is perfect, what you can do is pull these out like this, just pull everything out that you just weaved in like this and put them on top of the deck, shuffle them in. It'll always end up at number 23 if it was at 12 to begin with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, and 3 should be the queen of clubs. But if you don't like to use pharaoh shuffles and you don't like magic apps, here are 3 other ways you can get to that card. So here's a really cool way you can do this, okay? So this is sort of like a true any card at any number, kind of. Okay, so after they cut to their 2 cards, you say, look, you could have had the jack of diamonds, you could have had the 2 of spades, completely random. But here's what we'll do, we'll make it even more random. Name any number between, say, 10 and 20. And here you just do the 10 to 24, so if they name 16, you can get to it because it's at number 10 right now. So if they name 16, guess what? You can get to that 5 of hearts. They name 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They deal to their number between 10 and 20. Now, you say, look, we got 2 cards, so we'll do it again. All right, this time you said 16. For 16, we'll deal 1 and then 6 for 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it'll always be their card with that self-working force. And that works with any number from 10 to 20 as long as the card starts out at number 10. All right, so maybe they name 13 in this case. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right, so they always add the 2 numbers together in their number. In this case, 13 is a 1 and a 3, so they add those together and get a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll always be their chosen card. All right, so that's a very nice way to do that effect as well. All right, so here's another way that you can do this. Okay, so this is one of my favorite ways. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll demo this for you, and then I'll explain it, okay? So it would go like this. You won't believe this, but last night I had a dream about the 5 of hearts. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. And I also had a dream about 3 dice that I rolled. All right. So in my dream, the first die I rolled, it landed on a 5. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The second time I did that, I rolled a 6. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the third time I rolled it, I was oh wait. Do you ever do that? Do you ever wake up and forget your dreams? What was it? What was the third one? You know what? Why don't you name it? Imagine rolling a die in your dream. What number does it land on? Say the name 4. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I had a dream about the 5 of hearts with 3 dice, and my dream came true. We got the 5 of hearts. All right. So this is loosely based on the Curious Count Force by Fred G. Taylor. All right, but this is called it's based on the Deep Down Dicey Location by Steve Beam from Semi-Automatic Card Tricks Volume 10. All right, so in this case, it'll be at number 12 via our technique. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll leave a face up so we can follow it along. All right, so you start explaining the dream you had. Say, I had a dream about the 5 of hearts last night, or whatever card they get, right? Just name whatever card they get in your dream. I had a dream about the 5 of hearts, but I also had a dream about 3 dice that I rolled. The first one I remember, it was a 5, so I just took 5 cards. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second time I rolled, I got a 6, so I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here, what you're doing is just taking 11 cards off. So in your dream, you just say you had 3 dice. First time you rolled, you got a 5. Second time, you got a 6, which will be 11 cards. Now, when you start to say the third time I rolled, I got. Wait, what was that? You ever do that? Do you ever forget your dreams when you wake up? Imagine you rolled a die in your dream. What would it be? Whatever number they name, just do it the same way as you did these by doing this. All right. So let's say they name a 5. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and drop them down. So it doesn't matter what number they name, since these are all the same here. Since you're doing that count without reversing, it looks the same and it looks legitimate. All right, so we'll do it from the top. So remember, the first time you roll, you say that you get a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them like this without reversing the order. Put them down. Then the second time you roll, say you got a 6 in your dream. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, just spread off 6 cards like this, not reversing the order. And at this point, the card is on top. So now they get to name their number. Say they name 3. You go 1, 2, 3. Put them down just like before, and it'll always be the top card on the pile, which is just genius, and I love that. Alright, so the fourth and final way that you can do this is like this. Alright, so look, so we got the 5 of hearts. Check this out. If I just do this, we can cast a spell on the deck. We got the FIVEOFHEARTS. That's the 5 of hearts. Again, as long as the card is at number 12, you can most of the time just spell to it. Because about half the deck spells with 11 or 12 letters. In fact, you can quickly determine how many letters are spelled in a card by using Simon Aronson's Flash Speller idea out of his wonderful book, Try the Impossible. And what I'm going to do for you guys is take a picture of that text, how to quickly determine the amount of letters in a card by spelling, and I'll leave it down below so you can take a look at that and read it. And it's so easy, guys. It's crazy how easy it is. It's mind blowing, honestly. So that's my 4 ways to get to the card. Let me know in the comments how you would do it. Let me know your variations, if you would move cards around, keep it at 12, and let me know what you come up with, because I'd love to know, and maybe we can sort of come up with a sort of like a jam to figure out different ideas for this little trick here. All right, so I hope you like it. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. It truly does mean the world to me. And so if you learned something new and if you got value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.